Hello and welcome along and welcome back to the farm and to a very showery April day. Yep, the April showers are in here and it's really stopping us from doing much on the farm. I managed to, by the end of the last month, get all of our grass fields slurried. They're looking better as far as their nitrogen level goes. Let's put some of this barley into here to feed our chickens. And yeah, so those grass fields are good, and we'll need some fertilizer spread on them, but are at a good level. And hopefully by the end of this month we will have them fully fertilized, ready for a springtime cut for silage. Next month. We also need to get the canola in, and I'm hoping this rain is going to let up today, because once the rain lets up, what I'll be able to do is go and get started on the canola, getting that planted. What we're going to do first, though, I'm going to have to cut these in here today, because otherwise we're going to end up with some really bad. Oh, in fact, no, we can't. So springtime, I can't actually feed mixed ration to our cows because this is the total amount of silage we have left. So what we're going to be doing with a very large stack of hay bales, we're going to feed hay bales to our cows during the spring. We're just waiting for the grass to rejuvenate in their field, and then they will be better off. Now let's carefully pull that out. There we go. Actually, I'm not happy with that. Oh, God. These bales can be a little bit unstable at times, but what I got at the moment is my bale spike under. I want to get my bale spike into the bales instead. There we go. Be a little bit more secure and work a little bit better as a result. We can get these bales in. They are slightly under. Again, we got a little bit of rain on these bales when we were making them at the end of last year, and as a result they're not quite, they've rotted down a little bit. We have a decent amount of manure coming off the cows again. Unbelievable amount of manure that our cows are producing at the moment. You put straw in here and they will produce a large amount, but that should do them for hay for a while, so they'll be happy with that. And yeah, I need to get the bucket on the front now and clear that manure out. We'll go in for the side gate for that, and I'll get that done. But in general, things are moving okay. This road is making a huge difference to getting around the farm. I'm not going out on the main road at all anymore, and it just makes things that much easier to get about. So I'm very happy that we got that built. We've got a good amount of eggs coming off our chickens at the moment, so that's all good, and those are bringing stuff in. And we're keeping an eye on the cows. The cows are getting very close to calving. It's not far off now. It's either going to be next month or the month after, and I'm hoping that we're going to see those come in, and the additions to our dairy herd coming in the very near future would be wonderful. But we'll see where we get to. I think I'm going to be doing, because my original plan was to do a vlog here on the farm for my first year and showing you guys the whole setup and everything. We're now, of course, past that first year, and I think we very much achieved what we wanted to. So we're going to have one more vlog here next month, just to give you guys an update of where we are and how we've done after this first year. It has been an exceptionally good year for us here on the farm. We have we've made lots of friends. We've got lots of contracts, lots of contract connections and things that help us during the year, and I'm very happy with things. We may end up doing picking up a vlog here in a little while in the future. We'll see how we go. But certainly I've enjoyed doing these, and I'd like to get you guys to the to our first calves on the farm to celebrate that. But we'll see how we go. If they come next month, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm going to be leaving it a little bit long between vlogs, so I don't really want to do that. Let's do this. There we go. But it's a decent amount of manure and everything we're getting off the cows, and we're just going to end up making more money this year from the cows as the milk starts coming in. You know, we've been looking after them for nearly 12 months. We've got a good number of calves on the way. I think about half to 2/3 of our herd is currently pregnant. So that's a really good return that we've had, and yeah, should work out really well for us. So let's get this in, and there, and yeah, just a really nice time to be on the farm. Late morning and the rain is dying down, so I'm gonna get our seeder loaded up with some canola seeds, which are in this lean-to over here. The way I got these in here was with this. So extend out the boom, and if I remember correctly, we should be able to get them on the end. No, I have to go in at the angle. I think I got them in, and yeah, it's a pain to get them out. It's quite useful shed, this, but it is one of those ones where to get things in the right place can be a little bit of effort. But there we go. Right, that's got that out. So I need to hook up my JCB fast track to the seeder and get these loaded on here. So let's hop in, start her up, and get her moving. This tractor has done me really, really well on here, and I'm very, very pleased. But I am looking at an upgrade. I think we might try and get this. We'll get one of our tractors upgraded. I mean, this is a great tractor, as is this. But I have an inkling of a second-hand JCB that might be really, really useful for the farm. That would help us going forwards. So we've got the money to do it at the moment, and I've wanted to put a little more oomph into the farm. And with not having to buy a harvester at the moment, we're looking pretty good. Right, there we go. I'm going to go and load this up, and then we can head out to the field. There we go. That's the last bag in. We've used about half the stack to fill this, but it's been pretty good. So let's close this up. And just in case we get more rain later, I want to get these bags back under. I mean, they're fairly weatherproof, these bags. They have to be, but at the same time, I don't really want to leave it with to the elements. I'd rather not do that. I'll leave that there and jump into this. Lift up our seeder. And time to head out. And head out via our brand new road, which just is such a nice little addition to the farm heading down here. Look at that. This makes it so much easier to get everywhere on here. Although I'm fairly sure the grass on this side of the road is already wearing down. Because you have to, it's right by the side of the road, so there we go. Get through this gate. Nice and square. Yeah, you have to come through the gate square to clear the your equipment out, and you're actually driving into this field and round. So I think that the grass at that point is probably going to get worn down and the road head a little bit further out. If I'd put the gate a little bit back, it might have made a difference. But yeah, and that's the reason actually why we got the larger width of gate there, because the smaller width of gate just really wouldn't have worked. Head up to this corner of the field, and because we've got a slightly weird shape here, I'm actually going to start my setup from this point here, which might seem a little bit weird, but if I start from here, I know that I'm going to sort of hit the crest of that bit there, and then have some nice straight seeding across the field. Turn on my seeder, pop it down, and with the ground temperature at 6 degrees, we are looking at a pretty good chance that this is going to germinate well. Looking at my weather forecast on my phone, though, looks like we got some rain on the way in. Hopefully we can get all this planted before the rain comes back. So after doing the first row, I went back and did the 2 bits at the side so that they were all filled in and nice, and so that we then had a good setup and a nice straight run across the rest of this field. We've only used about 5% of the canola seed so far on this, so I'm hoping that the pallet we've got at the farm, even if we run out here, should be enough to get the rest of this field done, which is absolutely brilliant. And as I was saying before, with the temperature on the ground now being a lot higher than it was last month, we should get some germination from this before the end of the month for a nice autumn harvest on this canola. Whereas our other canola is insane. It is the winter stuff that is already looking fairly close to being harvestable. We're probably about 3-4 months away from that, which is yeah, not very long. I'm expecting this being a spring variety of canola. This will grow fast, but we're probably going to end up harvesting the first lot well before we harvest this second lot. This is, of course, the second season that we've used this Combeliner Cetera 4000. It's been quite a useful little seeder. It's got a power harrow attachment at the front, and that means that we are able to direct seed. It breaks up the ground rather nicely. In fact, the rain shower we had this morning has been quite useful. The ground was getting a little bit dry, and just having that good shower on there just before we started this has meant that it's made the ground that little bit softer and easier to work, and as a result, the seeder's working fairly well. I'm not too worried looking at the state of this land if we have a little more rain later. Yeah, actually might benefit us a little bit. We should be able to keep seeding as a result if the rain comes again. It's not been very heavy rain that we've had the last few days. It's sort of just been a few light showers, enough to soften the surface of the ground up, but not enough to cause us any great big muddy holes in the field, which is very useful. I quite like it when it's like this, and when the weather is helpful, it's great. You know, it's when we have those situations. Oh wow, gonna have to sort that situation. But yeah, it's when we have those situations when the weather just gets in the way of us doing anything. It's why it's quite good to silage and grass in May, because you tend to get a lot less showers in May than you get in April. To go back to something I was talking about earlier, this equipment, this JCB and this seeder and everything are absolutely great for the farm as it is now. This second year on here, though, I'm very, very much looking to expand the farm. We've got fields that are adjacent to the farm we don't own that are up for offer, but they're all very big, and we're not in a position where we can actually work them as we are at the moment. So a lot of the investment with what we've earned this first year is going to be going into expanding the farm during the second year. So for example, field 40, which is just the other side there of the fence, that is going to be I'm looking to purchase that and the field beyond it. Both of them have previously belonged to this farm, and the trouble is they're huge. They are much bigger than we can do with this JCB and this seeder. So long term, I'm looking to get bigger equipment around here. And if that means upgrading to a more modern version of this tractor and getting a larger seeder to go with it, then that's what we'll be looking to do. Yeah, should manage to do that on this second year. We've made a tidy profit in the first year, and we're only going to be earning more money in the second year. And yeah, I would very, very much like to invest that back into the farm, expand further, and go from there. Well, the rain has started falling again. Fortunately, this should be a fairly short shower. We're expecting it to clear in the not too distant future, which is great news because, yeah, as I said, a little bit of rain on here will be fine. If we had rain set in for the rest of the afternoon, I think I'd have to stop at some point because it would just become way too muddy and it'd start clogging up my seeder. So it's okay at the moment. I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'm watching what's happening, because the trouble is, if it starts to fail to drop seeds into the ground, if everything clogs up, then that is just, you know, no good for us, and we will need to stop and let things dry out a little bit and get going again, which, yeah, might take a day or so, but you know, a day or so behind is never a good thing. All in all, though, this is not a problem. This is an April shower. It looks heavier than it actually is, and the thing that is really good and really helpful is I'm hearing rumbles of thunder. So it seems to be a fairly harsh but quick thing that we're having to deal with here. Shouldn't be too bad. We're coming towards the end of the field. We're into some very fiddly bits here. And I'm quite worried. This has not turned out to be the short, sharp shower that I was expecting it to be. And has gone on for most of the rest of this field. We're getting a little bit bogged down. And I've had to clear out the seeder a couple of times. Just to make sure that the seeds are continuing to run. So I'm really close to the end of this field. I want to get this field done today, but if I have too many problems, I may have to leave the headlands until later and get them done when the ground isn't quite so wet. The headlands tend to be a little bit less anyway as far as yield goes, but we don't want to purposefully cause ourselves problems. So see how we go. I think we're all right. I think we should be able to get through the rest of this like this. There we are. Yeah, we've only got the headlands to go now. It would be nice if this rain stopped. And just as I say that, is that lightening up? I think that's lightening up. We might actually be in luck here and have it lighten up in time for us to finish the headlands. That certainly seems to be slacking off now. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely amazing for us to have no more rain coming in. It is Still coming down a bit, but that is definitely slacking off. And as I reach the end of the field, yeah, that has almost completely stopped at this point. Oh, that's good news. I was getting very, very worried we weren't going to be able to get this field done today. But that has slackened off to the point where I've only got kind of the occasional wiper going, which is really good. And yeah, that stopped completely. That is some very good news. Definitely means we're going to be in a good place with this. Right, let's back this up. It's always a little bit fiddly in this top corner. You need to sort of continue that first row bit there, just to finish that off, and then maneuver yourself round and get yourself into this back corner. And if you can do that, then you nicely get lined up, down, and away you go. And that means that you have every inch of the field seeded. And after getting that small scare from the weather, everything's actually turned out all right. I am so very, very pleased to have got this canola in today. That has got the farm right back on track. And we're looking at ending the spring in fine form. So let's back this up and just finish that off rather nicely like that. And turn it off. And there we go. That is the canola in for the year. Absolutely fantastic news. We didn't get stopped by the rain, and the fast track has performed amazingly again. That's where I'm going to leave today's vlog, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.